And across to Dan Whitehead, our correspondent in Zurich, to discuss the FIFA presidential elections further. Dan, welcome. Sepp Blatter might be gone, but surely this is an ecosystem, a world he created, and it has to take some of the credibility out of these elections.
Yeah, absolutely. Sepp Blatter does not have accreditation and is, of course, banned from attending the building behind me here for tomorrow, the Congress. And the legacy, though, lingers on. At the front of the Congress here is a huge placard saying restoring trust in many different languages. And that is the mission of FIFA, really, when it comes to electing the new president. And that whoever takes to the helm to permanently replace Sepp Blatter after his 17-year reign, really, in FIFA's words, has to restore the trust and clear out these allegations of corruption. Many people, though, don't believe that any of the five candidates have the capability to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Are any of the delegates themselves taking this notion of reform seriously? Issa Hayatou, the acting president, alluded to this in a speech. However, no one's come out with what exactly these reforms are, surely.
Well, all candidates on paper, in terms of their manifesto, to different levels, have said that reform, clearing out corruption, is at the top of their list in terms of how to move FIFA forward. What will happen tomorrow, first of all, before any president is elected, is that they must all agree, more than 200 nations and delegates arriving here must agree on these reforms, which have been discussed by FIFA over the last few months. Essentially, they involve a reorganisation of the FIFA body and how it operates, also fixed terms for whoever becomes the new president, so we don't see this long running leadership which we saw with Sepp Blatter, and also disclosure of salaries as well. Those are sort of the three headline reforms which need to be approved by 75% of the delegates tomorrow. After that, then, of course, we have the rounds of voting. But as I say, on paper, those five candidates have said that reform must happen. And we'll have to wait and see whether or not they stick to their word.
Yeah, it seems to be a two-horse race between Sheikh Salman from Bahrain and, of course, Gianni Infantino from Switzerland. They've been dangling money in front of delegates, saying they'll reroute money from FIFA straight to member countries. Does that hold any credence from the delegates? Is this what's getting them going and what's going to get the votes cast?
I think that will be a really influential part of it. Those words we've been seeing from those two frontrunners today about changing the way the money is shifted to the associations around the world more directly and potentially increasing the money to those associations will certainly play well with some of the football associations and delegates who will be voting here. Sheikh Salman arriving at some of the meetings earlier today didn't really give much away. So far, so good were his words, and we also heard from Gianni Infantino, who said he was very excited and, of course, that he was confident. That's what we've heard from the two frontrunners. Of course, there is a South African in this race as well, the business tycoon Tokyo Sexwale, who is seen as an outsider in this. He has said today that FIFA is broken.
Dan, thank you very much for your time. We're going to check in with you throughout the course of tomorrow on our 24-hour channel. That was Dan Whitehead, our correspondent. That is your sport.